WWE 2K23 is coming out on March 17th, and this is very clever because it can tie into the hoopla of WrestleMania. And I, Simon Miller, was very lucky to head to 2K headquarters this week and have a little time with the game. So of course now I am going to tell you about it, and the good news is what 2K has done is that they have reutilized the template from last year and they have just built on top of it, which actually is quite important because you all remember what happened back with 2K20. It kind of fell off a cliff a little bit, but do not forget the publisher and the developer have realized this. Now I think they're constructing something that could be quite fun. Now what always gets me straight away when I do sit down to play it is how the damn thing looks. Now it's still coming out on the PS4 and it's still coming out on the Xbox One, but we're also getting the current generation versions, which is what I tinkered with. Honestly, it's a treat for your eyes. Character models capture their counterparts pretty damn well, and also the hair continues to be improved. Now, I know that's rich coming from me because I don't have any, but throughout the years, sometimes you would have seen somebody's luscious locks and they're kind of just floating all over the place. And as the representative told us, look, we've been working on these manes, so as a human being, I looked out for this, and they're right. Certainly has improved. It means if you are Roman Reigns, you can just stare at the man and go, damn it, he does look pretty good. But what is far more crucial to me is when it comes to the engine and the animations. Because the key part of the 2K gameplay is the fact that you have all these counters, you have all these reversals, and you have all these transitions. And if it doesn't look like it flows effortlessly together, you kind of raise an eyebrow and you're like, man, that's really weird. That is not the case here at all, and instead you can seamlessly cruise through a bunch of moves to the point, if you're an idiot like me, you start to giggle. I did a match between Seth Rollins and Edge, and by the end of the thing, it was just counter, counter, reversal, reversal, to the point I went for the curb stomp, and the Rated R Superstar reversed it into a cutter, and I let him beat me. I let him get the 1, 2, 3, because ain't no way anybody should kick out of that. Some may even say it's too easy to pull off now, but I totally agree, because I remember a few years ago when you needed cat-like reflexes even to protect yourself from a punch. The difficulty also does increase depending on your meter, so if you have got your ass kicked and you are laying on the floor like, oh my gosh, I'm in trouble, you're not going to be as good as doing the countering as you were a few minutes prior. And as ever, WWE 2K is always better when you're playing it in multiplayer and you're playing it with your friends. So when you do get a bit of a sequence going, you're all going to stand up and cheer. I'd much rather that than trying to time it exactly right and never getting it. I mean, look how stupid I look. Even though it was nothing new too, I was still impressed with all the context-sensitive stuff. So in the sense, if you do have an opponent tied up in the ropes, all of a sudden your arsenal will be completely different. And it's the same with Barry Barricade. And at one point, I just picked John Cena up and I smashed his face into that thing. I was like, man, I shouldn't have done it. The combo system also remains a very, very solid choice, and while I always have a soft spot for soft grapple, do something on the D-pad, hard grapple, do something on the D-pad, you do have elements of that here. So if you are trying to create a certain way you want to approach the game, you certainly can. Honestly, when you do start to learn all the moves, there's a ton of them. But it's fair to say that in terms of the meat and bones, it's kind of like an upgrade from what we got 12 months ago, but that's not a bad thing, especially because it all has improved. But there's some new additions thrown into the mix as well. And I think the biggest one that everybody is talking about is War Games. War Games! And I was able to go into the double cage and do Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley taking on Seth Rollins, Edge and John Cena, which has got to be the most big men slapping man meat War Games cage ever. And some of the things that happened here, and yes, as you would expect, two people start in the ring, the timer counts down, you see the other superstars coming out of the cage, and when you are walking there, if you want to grab a weapon, you can. So given I was Brock Lesnar, I got a chair, I slammed everybody with it, and then I just gave everyone German suplexes. I'm like, damn, what a simulation. You can do this in 3 versus 3 or 4 versus 4, and of course the match doesn't start properly until the bell rings. And I swear there must be some kind of AI in here, that when you do get ding ding, everybody goes bonkers, because as soon as it happens, Lashley climbed to the top of the cage, he splashed John Cena, and Big Match John kicked out at 2. So once again, they bang on the money. So it's just total carnage, and it'll be 10 times better when you are playing with your buddies. But even saying that, I was obviously taking on the AI here. I thought it was perfectly fine. When you do have real humans though, it's going to be insane, and you can take it on online as well. And I tell you, if 2K can ensure those servers hold up, there's going to be an absolute riot. So it is a worthy addition, mostly because it means if you are a hardened fan, you can start to look at the series and go, well, there's no holes here, which is the same for our showcase mode in 2023 that focuses on John Cena. Presented by John, who is talking to you in a very nice suit. The first match you do have to do is versus Rob Van Dam, which of course happened way back when at One Night Stand. It follows the usual template in the sense you do have a bunch of objectives you have to do before the match gets to the next part, although the twist this time is that you're not playing as John Cena, you're playing as his opponent. Now, I would guess that 2K have done this because throughout Cena's career, he was booed mercifully, so it's probably a little bit more fun, but actually, it will be more entertaining for you. You don't have to go the whole thing going John Cena, John Cena, John Cena. You could be Rob Van Dam and whoever else gets in the damn thing. So it means you get to play as a vast array of superstars and just kick John Cena's ass. And in terms of this matchup, I had to do the bit when Rob Van Dam hit John Cena with a chair and when he put him over Barry Barricade and did that crazy leg drop thing. And you cannot move forward successfully until you have done everything that it's asking you to do. So you do a little bit of a match, a little bit of a match, and a little bit of a match. And if you are looking something that's a bit more single player and it's a bit more structured, then this is where you need to head. Now, I will say one of the things that I personally found is that the crowd reactions aren't still really to my liking, but I could be being a pedantic Pete here. But when you get an entrance or a big move, you want to have that mega pop. And look, it is far better than it was 1 year ago. There's still something else I think we could capitalize on. On the flip side though, when I did decide to go full wrestling nerd and I did Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, I was super duper happy about how the American Nightmare has been put back into the franchise. I mean, everything right down to his entrance made me smile. I mean, as soon as I heard adrenaline in my soul and saw all the smoke you could possibly hope to see, I was like, all right, there are a few things that I hope do get better, but his presentation rocks. So the major takeaway is that yes, I am now looking forward to play it, and I'm looking forward to see what other nuggets are put in there, and that it absolutely is going to be a massive step forward from what we got in WWE 2K23. Now, as I say, I only got 90 minutes with this, so it's only a small sliver, so there's going to be so much that comes out of the pipe, but based on this, that can only be a good thing. Seriously though, when it all clicks and you do get that last second finisher, it makes you feel all warm and fuzzy in your tum-tum. I mean, it happened over and over again in one match, and I just danced with glee every time, because that's the power of professional wrestling. It's important that we get it in here. I will have more information for you down the line as well, but I'm embargoed at the moment, and I like to be a good boy, so I won't break it. But if you do need to set your phases to something, I would say set them to anticipate it. That doesn't make any sense. Now, please do leave a comment below and let me know a few things. 1, did you like WWE 2K22? 2, are you excited about WWE 2K23? Let's go all speculation here. What matches do you think are going to feature in the John Cena showcase? Also, please do like the video, share the video, and subscribe. And we will have more information about this on whatculture.com, so make sure you check out the website. We will update you as best we can at Simon316 and What Culture WWE on social media. And there will be other videos about the video game, maybe even one where I just speculate to my heart's content. My name is Simon What Culture. Thank you very much for watching me as always, and thank you very much for 2K for having me down. And yeah, now we wait and see. Although it's not that long, we've only got 6 weeks. Flood me, did that come out of nowhere? Not wearing a watch, and even if I was, it wouldn't tell me information about a video game. Goodbye.